I told you I'm investigating a robbery that come down there from the Walgreens, right where you come running from.
Show me SOM.
If you hadn't done anything, you're good to go.
Face,
no,
please,
you get your light out of my face, dude.
No, I'm not going to get my light out of your face.
What's your name and badge number? Ellis? B. Ellis?
Take that light out of my face. I can't see.
Oh, no. I can't see.
All right,
don't f***ing touch me.
Don't put that light in my face.
Don't f***ing touch me, dude.
Hey, folks. Today, we're going to chat about how to keep your rights safe when the police want your ID. In the US, we can say no to showing our ID unless we did something wrong. But not every police officer knows this, and some might try to make us give up our rights. Today's video is from Bedford TV. It shows a policeman not doing his job well. On December 16th, 2016, Andrew was jogging after school. Deputy Clark from the Harris County Sheriff's Department in Houston, Texas, stopped him. The video is about how some policemen don't work hard enough and can make mistakes. They almost made Andrew look like he did something wrong when he didn't. Watch the video and tell me what you think in the comments section below.
What are you running for?
I'm jogging.
You jogging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think I broke a crime? I didn't do
I
anything.
don't know. How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
Why are you stopping me?
You what?
Why are you stopping me?
Well, we just had a robbery down there, and you kind of matched the description. You got some ID on you? No?
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
17.
17. Yeah. Where do you live?
Apartments.
What's your name?
I don't want to tell you.
Huh?
I don't want to tell you.
Well, have a seat then, because I'm gonna get it where you one way or the other. You understand what I'm saying?
Why?
Because you're not identifying yourself to me, and I'm investigating a crime. Sit down on the ground.
No. But my name's Andrew.
Huh?
Andrew.
Have a seat on the ground. Right now. I'm gonna light your ass up. You're not complying. No ID. I'm investigating a robbery. You're running from that area. Okay?
No. I'm just jogging.
You might be.
Showing boy 15 on the day.
It's a law that you have ID on.
I'm 17.
17's an adult.
Send him that minor arrest picture off handle that.
And what's your
Take the phone off of it.
415. I'm
Recording it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just making sure.
Make sure what?
You didn't do anything.
I'm not gonna do anything as long as you're in compliance. You know, you want to be obstinate, you know, and don't want to give me your ID, say you don't have an ID, you don't want to give me your name.
Because you're folding me.
Yeah, I told you I'm investigating a robbery that come down there from the Walgreens, right where you come running from.
Show me SOM.
If you hadn't done anything, you're good to go. Okay? I'm fixing to find out.
Go for it.
All right. Board 28. Have any of the units arrived on that scene yet where they can get a description of this male that I'm detaining right now?
Negative, they're still around, but per the comments, he should be wearing a blue sweatshirt.
Do I have a blue sweatshirt on? No, thank you. I do not.
Okay, he's got a blue sweatshirt on. Did it have a...
It's a black.
A Mustang logo on the front with an M, blue?
Yeah.
The caller didn't specify. They just said blue sweatshirt. You want me to have Central do a call back?
Yes, if you would, please.
Can I get your name?
Deputy Clark.
Badge number?
He's like wearing a white jacket.
Deputy Clark's actions during the encounter with Andrew raised serious concerns. Firstly, he threatens to use a taser on Andrew and orders him to sit on the ground, which must have been terrifying for Andrew. However, Deputy Clark fails to provide a clear explanation for why he suspects Andrew of any wrongdoing. Instead, he vaguely suggests that Andrew matches the description of someone involved in a burglary. Moreover, when Deputy Clark communicates with his office, he only asks for a description, indicating that he made assumptions about Andrew's involvement without having all the facts. This rush to judgment based solely on Andrew's appearance while jogging is indicative of sloppy police work and a lack of thorough investigation. Additionally, Deputy Clark exacerbates the situation by inaccurately describing the color of Andrew's hoodie. He claims it's blue when in reality, it's black with a blue M on it. This discrepancy not only demonstrates Deputy Clark's lack of attention to detail, but also highlights his willingness to distort facts to fit his narrative. Overall, Deputy Clark's conduct during this interaction reflects poorly on law enforcement practices. It's concerning to see such careless and potentially harmful behavior from someone tasked with upholding justice. As we continue to analyze this video, it's essential to remain vigilant and critical of instances of misconduct within the police force.
Where do you go to school?
I don't want to tell you.
You don't want to say that?
No.
Okay, I guess we're going to have to do this another route.
C4, meet the officer 300 air, take 372
Around.
What are you doing?
I'm going to put you in cuffs till I get some information from you, guy.
I go to Davis. Davis.
That's all you're giving me.
Huh?
Turn around. Put your hands behind
I'll give you
your back.
anything.
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
That's fair.
It ain't you, I'll let you go. But you being uncooperative, then we'll deal with it another way.
What are you doing?
So, Deputy Clark placed handcuffs on Andrew and stopped recording the encounter on his phone. It must have been scary for Andrew to have cuffs put on him, not knowing exactly why. Eventually, Deputy Clark found out that Andrew wasn't the person they were looking for. The next day, Deputy Clark uploaded another video on his channel to explain what happened. However, in the update video, he didn't offer much explanation or apology to Andrew. He simply removed the handcuffs and let Andrew go without saying a word. This kind of treatment from law enforcement is one reason why some people have negative feelings towards police officers. Videos like this one shed light on situations where people feel unfairly treated by those meant to protect them. Andrew deserves credit for having the presence of mind to record the interaction. Without his video evidence, it's hard to say how the situation might have played out differently. It's a reminder of the importance of accountability and transparency in law enforcement. As we wrap up today's video, it's essential to reflect on how interactions like these can impact individuals' perceptions of authority figures. Your thoughts and opinions on this matter are always welcome in the comments section below.
Ooh, that's bright as fuck. Hello. Hey, how you doing?
DNR as well.
Super
Just
random,
the one
just
call.
driving around the block in a circle.
Yeah, we're filming cops.
Okay. It's just suspicious, so it gives us reasonable suspicion to contact people and to stop people because it's not normal for people to make a loop around the same block, especially at this time of night.
Oh, we're not allowed to drive around?
You are allowed to drive around, but like I said, it's suspicious, which gives us reasonable suspicion to talk to people and to detain people for a traffic stop.
It's suspicion of crime?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Ma'am, do you have an ID on you?
I do. Ooh, that's bright.
What's the reason for the stop?
Like I told you, it's reasonable suspicion because it's very odd for somebody to be driving around a circle around the same block.
That's not a crime.
It's reasonable suspicion.
What's your name, badge number?
How you doing? You got ID? Can I see it?
I don't need to ID.
Okay.
What's your name, badge number?
What's yours?
What's my badge number?
How you doing tonight?
What's your name and badge number? Identify. Part of your policy to identify, clown. This is an illegal stop.
Can you get that light out of my face, please?
No, you
Thank
get your light out of my face, dude.
No, I'm not going to get my light out of your face.
What's your name and badge number? Ellis. B. Ellis.
Take that light out of my face. I can't see.
Oh no, I can't see.
All right, I'm gonna.
Don't fucking touch me.
Don't put that light in my.
Don't fucking touch me, dude.
Put that light out of my face.
You're a clown, bro.
Get that light in my face.
You're a clown. You're a clown. Get out of here, dude. What's your name and badge number, punk?
My badge number is 640.
Hill?
Yep. 640.
And the reason for the stop is what?
I already told you twice.
Because we're suspicious?
It's reasonable suspicion for the detention.
Bullshit.
You can have your opinion, but I understand the law.
I know the law, bud.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you learn the law?
In order to stop somebody, I need to be, or this person who's driving needs to be committing a traffic infraction.
There's also case law that proves that reasonable suspicion for a detention also classifies a reason to stop somebody and detain them.
Wrong.
Sir, I'm very right. I've been to court on it several
You're
times.
very right?
Yes. So that is why I stopped you, is the reasonable suspicion of the illegal activity possibly going on.
Illegal activity, driving around.
I'm talking to her, not you.
Oh, no, you're talking to me right now.
No, I'm not. This area being a high crime area and a narcotics area.
Bullshit.
What's going on around here? That's why. So
wrong.
People circle this area.
Wrong.
And responded to shootings and stabbings in this area of town.
That doesn't give you. That does not give you a reason to pull us over.
The block leads me to believe that you guys might be out here to commit a crime or go after.
We're here filming you clowns.
Okay.
We're here filming you clowns.
Okay.
So you can have your opinion. I would just explain to her the entire reason for the stop. I'm very well within my rights to stop you.
Yeah.
So you guys have a good day and have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Too.
You're dismissed, punk. You're dismissed, punk. You're dismissed. What? The traffic stop's over, right? Traffic stop's over, right?
Yeah.
I'm free to move around wherever the fuck I want. Yeah. You're dismissed.
I appreciate it.
Back to work.
I am doing my job.
Yeah.
And you are free to leave and go back to Martinez based upon your hat.
I'm free to stand right here and film you two clowns.
That's perfectly fine.
Yep. What's your badge number, by the way?
Stay out of the roadway, please.
What's your badge number?
Sir, I already told you.
No, you didn't tell me your badge number.
I did, actually.
Ellis, what's your badge number?
While you're still seated in the car.
You want to talk over here in the car?
What's your badge number?
Mine's 855.
855. Thank you so much for finally identifying.
Why don't you get out of the roadway here? Huh?
Thank you so much for finally identifying. The light's in your face. What are you going to do?
Sir, I need you to get back onto the sidewalk, sir.
Oh, no. I'm right in front of your vehicle. I am not a danger. I'm not in danger. And guess what? The Supreme Court has already ruled that you are not responsible for my safety. So you might want to do your job, get back in your car, put your seatbelts on, drive away, and go to the next stop.
I'm ensured that you are safely allowed to pull away from this incident.
I'm going to stand right here until you guys get back in your car. Got Ellis and Hill, two clowns. This guy pulled us over because he said we're driving around and look suspicious. So that's a reason to stop the vehicle.
I already explained it to your driver.
Yeah. Mind your business, bro. Why don't you go to a stop? Why don't you go pull someone over that's actually committing a traffic infraction?
What you are doing is very suspicious.
That's not a crime. Suspicion is not a crime. And it's not a reason to pull somebody over.
Reasonable suspicion allows us to stop vehicles to ensure that they're not committing or going to commit a crime.
It's not true.
What the way your driving behavior, the driver of your vehicle was doing was suspicious.
Yeah, we did that on purpose so you would pull us over like an idiot.
So you're intentionally driving in a suspicious manner to draw police officers' attention. Do you understand how that would be a non-violation of the
blah 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 blah? Dude, you're wasting tax dollars. Get in your fucking vehicle and drive away. Let's go.
Actually, you are causing the waste of tax dollars by continuing this conversation instead of getting in your vehicle and leaving.
I don't have to leave.
I don't either.
You don't either? You're being paid to be a law enforcement officer.
That's correct, and I am enforcing the law.
What law?
I told your driver what I
and
was doing.
What's the vehicle code?
The reasonable suspicion for the stop.
Quote the vehicle code.
It was a reasonable
California vehicle code. What is it?
It was a reasonable suspicion stop, as I
explained. So no California vehicle code.
As I explained
exactly
to your driver.
So no vehicle code.
As I explained to your driver, is a reasonable suspicion. So you have a good night, sir.
Goodbye. Put your seatbelts on, okay?
You too. I would hate for anybody to get injured. Sir, you need to take that light out of my face.
It's not in your face. Make sure you put your seatbelt on. Seatbelt. 10-12. Good job.
Sir, you need to get away from this car.
Put your seatbelt on.
You need to get away from the car.
Put your seatbelt on.
It's an officer safety issue. You need to get away.
No, there's no law. Officer safety is not a law.
Sidewalk.
Officer safety is not a law.
Get on
Put your fucking seatbelt on, clown.
Get on the sidewalk.
God, you're an idiot. Put your seatbelt on.
Get on the sidewalk, sir.
Come on, there you go. Officer safety. Put your seatbelt on.
I understand that.
You know, 95% of officer deaths are from traffic accidents, right?
I know, that's why we have the below 100.
Good job. I'm so glad you put it on. Now you're going to be safe.
In the United States, you have the right to stay silent and say no to answering questions from the police. This right is protected by the Fifth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. It's crucial to remember that you don't have to give any information, including your name or ID, if the police don't have a good reason to think you've committed a crime, are about to, or are suspected of it. If the police have a reasonable suspicion that you might be involved in a crime, they can stop and briefly detain you to investigate further. The video shows how a man used his right to stay silent and refused to give his ID, even when officers repeatedly asked for his name. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, remember you have the right to stay silent and say no to police questions. Be polite and respectful, but firm in your refusal. You can say something like, "I'm sorry, but I prefer not to answer any questions without a lawyer present." Remind them you're not doing anything wrong and you have the right to take pictures or walk on the street. Our constitutional rights are crucial for a free and democratic society. We have the right to free speech, peaceful assembly, and express ourselves without fear of punishment. When authorities violate these rights, it's our duty as citizens to hold them accountable and stand up for our rights. It's also important to know you have the right to record the police encounter, as long as you don't interfere with their work. You can use your phone or another device to document what's happening. This can be useful if you need to prove the police violated your rights, or if you want to file a complaint. In conclusion, knowing your rights and how to handle encounters with the police is crucial. Staying silent and refusing to ID yourself is one of these rights, especially if you haven't committed a crime. You should use it if you feel uncomfortable or intimidated. Remember to be polite but firm in your refusal, and if needed, record the conversation to document what's happening. By understanding and exercising your rights, you can protect yourself and avoid unnecessary legal trouble. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, don't be afraid to use your rights and stand up for yourself. If you want to learn more about this topic, check out other videos on the channel. Stay safe out there, and always remember that you have rights. Share your thoughts on the officer's actions in the comments, give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Visit the channel to appreciate the person for standing up for our rights. Find the links in the description.
Right there we got a shot of Old Glory, and below Old Glory is the California State Bear flag, always flying high and proud. This looks like some kind of a entrance for prisoner transport vehicles. We got the Santa Maria Police Department on the scene. Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Great, thank you.
So Juvenile Hall wanted to know why you're videotaping their building.
Just gathering content for a little story I'm working on.
Okay. Is it for like school or something?
I have a blog and such.
Okay. Do you have ID on you?
I prefer not to identify.
Okay, I'd like to see it. You're required by law to give me your ID.
Actually, unless I've been suspected of committing a crime, I'm not required to.
You're filming a government building.
From a public sidewalk.
Right, that's
which is
fine.
perfectly legal.
Right. I have the right to detain you, okay? And you're required to identify yourself.
Well,
you're not being charged with anything.
I understand that. I understand that, officer, but I do understand California law. Unless you have reasonable suspicion that I've actually committed a crime.
Okay.
Filming a government building from a public sidewalk, which is protected by the First Amendment, is not a crime.
No, but I have the right to detain you to figure out what's going on, okay?
Okay.
You're dressed in all BDUs, you got a video camera, 2 video cameras, okay?
Okay.
And Juvenile Hall is concerned, okay? If no crime is committed, then no big deal, okay? But I do have the right to identify you. You are required to give me your ID.
No, I'm not. Unless you have reasonable suspicion that I've actually committed a crime, I'm not required to identify myself. No, I'm not.
Being detained.
Okay, officer, what am I being detained for?
For suspicion of why you're dressed and acting all weird in front of your home.
Well, suspicion is not a crime.
Right, it's not probable cause. It's reasonable suspicion to detain you to investigate what's going on.
Okay, and I just told you what's going on. Well, officer, at this point, I'd like to speak to a supervisor, so I would ask that you call a sergeant out here.
Absolutely.
Sergeant Lara, Santa Maria Police Department. Today's date is 1/23/2017. The time is 16:13 hours. Are you getting that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I want it stamped too, okay?
Okay.
How can we help you?
Nothing. I just, your officers made contact with me. I explained to them I'm gathering content for a little story I'm doing.
Alrighty.
And one of your officers, she wanted to see my ID. I told her I'd prefer not to.
Actually, we do have the right to ask you for your ID because they call us here. It is a juvenile hall facility here, so we do have your authority. Okay, so if you're doing a story, yes, we do have that right, sir.
Okay, and I explained to your officer that unless I understand California law, I've been through this before.
Okay.
Unless you have reasonable suspicion that I've actually committed a crime.
Hear me out, okay?
Okay.
Listen to her.
So we have people that do reconnaissance on police, on our juvenile hall facilities, jail facilities, people that gather information, take video surveillance, try to identify us, identify our vehicles, and do all that kind of stuff for malicious purposes, okay? And I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing out here. You're saying that you're doing this for a blog or whatever. So we're detaining you to figure out whether or not you're doing this for malicious purposes or completely innocent purposes. And if it's for completely innocent purposes, that's totally fine. But we do have the right to identify you, okay? And if we ID you and everything's good to go, then you're fine.
And I have a right to decline because I know the law. I know my right. I'm not trying to be confrontational or anything. But unless you have reasonable suspicion that I've actually committed a crime, I'm not required
so listen to the officer
to identify myself.
So the way a detention works, right? We don't have probable cause at this point. The reason we detain people is to investigate something to see whether or not a crime has been committed. So when we detain somebody, at that point we do not know whether or not a crime has been committed or not yet. Okay, it's during the detention we do our investigation to identify that person and find out why they're there doing what they're doing. And if no crime has been committed, there's no probable cause, and that person is free to go. But during a detention, that's when we do our investigation. And at that point, the person is required to identify themselves by law. No crime has been committed that I can tell at this point. You're right, that's correct.
Okay.
But we still have the right to detain you and to identify you, okay?
Okay, but what probable cause is there to suspect that I have committed a crime? I'm filming from a public
sidewalk. If there was probable cause, you would be in handcuffs already.
Right.
That's what she's trying to explain to you.
Okay.
But we do have, a detention just to investigate. And we didn't come out here on our own. They contacted us.
Yeah, you got a call for service. I understand that.
And if you know the law and everything, you know that part too, okay? And bottom line is, the officer's right, and we do have a job to do, obviously. Taxpayers pay us to do a job, and this is part of the job.
Okay.
Okay? So all she's asking for identification to know who we're talking to. She's not asking for too much.
Okay.
Okay?
And I'm respectfully declining.
Okay. Well, we do need an ID, sir.
Okay, well, I'm not going to provide identification. Like I said, I've been through this before. You know, I've been through similar situations.
This way we start our camera too, so that way, I mean, everything's recorded. Okay.
Okay.
Sir? So, and what was the call? All right, this is what's going to happen.
Okay, sir.
Okay. We're going to stand around till you take care of your business. Okay, and then whatever you need for your blog, do the filming here from here, and obviously that's private property over there.
Okay.
And then then leave when you're ready. Okay, but we're going to stand around here to make sure that the facility is safe.
Okay, that's perfectly
because there
fine.
are kids in here, and that's our main concern here. Kids. Okay. So we don't know what you're doing here, and we don't feel comfortable just leaving you here. So we are going to stick around. And then when you're ready to when you're done, then you can leave.
Actually, I'm already ready.
Well, then we can get going then, okay?
Okay.
And everything will be documented. We're writing a report and everything, all the pictures and everything. So we have our own little information too, okay?
Okay.
All right, so whenever you're ready, you can get out of here or whatever you're going to do.
So I'm no longer being detained? I'm free to go?
You're free to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a bad angle.
Oh yeah, the glare.
Yeah, I don't want to glare.
Okay.
And again, we're doing all this for the safety of the children in there.
Okay.
Alrighty?
Alright.
So,
okay.
To you now.
Alright, thank you. Have a good day.
As I mentioned earlier, there are times when auditors, cop watchers, and those who cover them become frustrated with repeating the same issues. One of these recurring problems is the lack of proper education and training for law enforcement officers about individual rights. Police academies need to give thorough training to officers, making sure they understand and respect the rights they promise to protect. Sadly, it seems this part of education hasn't been given enough attention. The problem is not just in the education system, but also in the mindset some officers develop over time. The us versus you mindset creates an unhealthy power dynamic and stops trust from growing between law enforcement and the public they work for. This mindset can lead to ignoring individual rights, making the issues faced by communities worse. Before talking more about the incident, it's important to understand the concepts of government property and public property. Government-owned properties are lands or assets owned by federal, state, or local governments. This can include government agencies or government-supported organizations like libraries or parks. Some government-owned properties may or may not let the public in freely. Some government-owned properties are considered public goods, like parks, libraries, roads, and sidewalks. These areas are open to the public and serve as important community spaces. Now let's talk about public easements, which are a specific type of property ownership. An easement is the right to use someone else's land for your benefit. Usually, one property benefits from the easement, while another property is burdened by it. Easements can be public or private, positive or negative. A public easement is a legally established right that lets the public access a specific area of someone's land for a specific purpose. When there's an easement on a piece of land, the owner must allow others to use it for the stated purpose. In the case of a public easement, the landowner must let the public access a designated area for the reasons in the easement. To be clear, government-owned property is usually considered public property unless it's specifically marked as an area with restricted access. Public easements are a way the public can access certain areas, even if they are on government-owned property. It's important to know and talk about this difference when dealing with issues about law enforcement's understanding of the law. Share your thoughts about the officer's actions in the comments, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more videos, and visit his channel to appreciate him for standing up for our rights. Find the links in the description.